Greetings adventurers, it's Lorne, your guild advisor, and we got a lot of DanMachi news to cover. Like, a lot of stuff was announced overnight at like 3 a.m. Like, who reads this stuff at 3 a.m.? But to defend them, it was a lot of Japanese side news, so they're obviously awake for that. It's more prime time for them when it's 3 a.m. for me. But Sensei Filmworks also released some news at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, who do you think is up to read this stuff? But anyway, we got a lot of stuff to cover, and I'll get started on the DanMachi news. First of all, probably the most exciting thing I would think is we have an actual date for the start of DanMachi Season 2. Like, we knew it was going to happen in July, but now we know exactly when it's going to premiere. Season 2 will start on the Twitter post from the Japanese Twitter account. It says July 12th, 24:30 a.m. Japanese Standard Time. And that's kind of confusing to me because I'm not used to the 24-hour system, let alone going over it. So when we translate 24:30 a.m. at July 12th, that's actually July 13th at 12:30 a.m. for them. And that would make it July 12th, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the people in the United States. So I believe that's on Friday, July 12th, when it premieres in Japan, and then hopefully sometime after that we'll have a simulcast by both Crunchyroll and Sentai Filmworks. There's no confirmation on that exactly, but I would assume, as they are really buddy-buddy with the DanMachi franchise, I would assume they're going both to Crunchyroll and Sentai Filmworks. Sentai Filmworks did actually announce that they will be dub casting in the second season on the High Dive, which is their streaming service, so that's announced, but we don't know when exactly what time it's going to start premiering for us. But now we know July 12th is the day to watch. And we also have a new visual for the anime. Some of you who read the light novels might notice who these characters are. I can't even see the visual myself. I will put it in the video, of course. Here you can see Hestia, Belle, both familiar. Mikito, who you should know from the last few episodes of the first season. And if you play DanMachi, you should definitely know who Mikito is. And then we have a new character that was announced as Haruhime. Of course, light novel readers know who that is. And at the very top we have, well, I'm not going to say what her role is in the story, but that is the goddess Ishtar. And she will be a very important character in the second season. And it's really cool to see another visual for the anime. And I'm especially excited to see that arc animated. For those of you who don't know what volume that covers, that's going to be volume 7. And we also don't know how many episodes season 2 is going to be. We might know that sometime in the future. But as far as I know, in the promotional videos we have seen so far, we've covered scenes from Volume 6 and Volume 7. I would think if it's going to be a one-core anime, we would only go to 8. And if we're doing 2 cores, we'll probably be doing 6, 7, 8, then 9 through 11, because 9 through 11, those 3 books are one whole arc, and that would be perfect for one whole core. I would be extremely excited to see that animated. But as I mention all the time, JC staff has a lot of projects going on, like all the time. And I would be very, very worried if this is 2 core, because I'm not sure if I'm confident JC staff will be able to give DanMachi the attention and quality it needs for a 2 core anime with all the other projects they have going on. Of course, Air the Orion and DanMachi Season 2 was announced over a year ago, so that's enough time to make a good quality anime and to put together a good schedule, a production schedule, and staff together and work over a year and produce a good 24-episode anime. But because of all the stuff that JC staff is working on, I'm not sure if a 2-core anime is the best thing for DanMachi right now. But we'll just have to see what happens from there. Of course, as I said before, coming very soon is DanMachi Fest 2019, happening in Japan on June 16th, which is Sunday. I'll be covering that as it's going on, but there's going to be news about the second season of DanMachi, as well as the second anniversary for the DanMemo game, DanMachi Memoria Freeze, which is the mobile game that I, of course, cover on this channel as well. Those of you who follow my channel probably know me a lot more from DanMemo, but we're getting a lot of DanMachi stuff, and I'm very excited to just talk about like the light novel and the anime more as we're heading into this summer, because we got a lot of content going on. And also during DanMachi Fest, I've said this before, but they're premiering the first episode of the second season to the local attendees in Japan. So I'm kind of jealous about that, but I got some news for you guys right after that, because at Anime Expo, we got a lot of DanMachi stuff happening over there. It was announced that Sensei Filmworks will be premiering, like they teased this to me before, when they originally announced the Heir of the Orion theatrical release for North America. I said, it's a shame that the Heir of the Orion movie is going to premiere like in the middle of season 2, because even though Heir of the Orion is technically not canon to the DanMachi series, it's supposed to take place between season 1 and season 2, so it's kind of awkward watching the movie like in the middle of seeing season 2. And then they replied to me, well, July 23rd is the date for the wide release. And what do we learn today? We learned that at Anime Expo on July 4th, they will be premiering DanMachi Heir of the Orion. Let's see what time, at 1:30 Pacific Standard, or Pacific Daylight Time, I should say, because we're in Daylight Savings Time right now. But yes, they will be premiering the Heir of the Orion movie at Anime Expo on July 4th. So if you are attending Anime Expo, I am very jealous right now, because you will actually be able to see that movie before watching season 2 like you are intended to, because there is a character tease somewhere in that movie about a character that appears later. And it's not that big of a deal because we've already seen that character in PVs, but it still kind of makes more sense to watch the movie before season 2, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm excited we are getting the movie, and I'm excited for those of you that are able to attend Anime Expo to watch the movie before season 2. And also, DanMachi, Sensei Filmworks seems to be giving DanMachi a lot of presents at Anime Expo, because on the following day, on July 5th, they'll be holding a panel with the author of the DanMachi light novel series, Fujino Omori. I assume at that panel we'll be getting a lot more DanMachi Season 2 news, as well as knowing exactly what platforms the season will be premiering on, and what time we'll be able to expect to see it on streaming services. And also, they will be previewing, also here, like on DanMachi Fest 2019, they'll be premiering the first episode of Season 2. So, again, if you're a DanMachi fan and are going to DanMachi Expo, Anime Expo, to me it sounds like DanMachi Expo. If you're going to Anime Expo, it's going to be really exciting for you to be there, because Sentai is probably, like, they're going, like, all out with DanMachi. Like, I guess this is what they're trying to do. Like, I was complaining about not having Heir of the Orion sooner than Season 2, because Australia and the Philippines had English subtitles, and they had their showings in May. But it really just looks like Sentai is just trying to do it all at once at Anime Expo and try to give DanMachi a really big presence there, so a lot of people notice DanMachi more. And that's my hope too, that a lot more people know about DanMachi, because I think it's an amazing series. It's my favorite franchise out of Japan, and I just think it's amazing. And like, I read all the light novels, as you can see right here. I'm excited for the release of Sword Oratoria Volume 9 that's happening very soon this month, as well as DanMachi Volume 14, which is going to be very epic, very exciting, that releases in August. And I just want more people to know about DanMachi, because I think it's amazing, and I think it deserves to be loved. And as if I couldn't get any more jealous of the people going to Anime Expo, Bookwalker, the company that publishes a lot of digital ebooks, will be holding autograph sessions with Fujino Omori at Anime Expo. So I'll be giving a lot of links in the description for all these articles, especially this Bookwalker one, because you have to like register for a ticket to be able to get your book signed by Fujino Omori. And I'm incredibly jealous about that, because like I said, DanMachi is my favorite franchise outside of Japan, and I'll be super psyched to get a signed copy of one of my books by the author himself. And I'm incredibly jealous, but again, I'll leave a link in the description down below. But it really is DanMachi Expo to me, by the sounds of everything happening there at Anime Expo. And even though I myself am not able to go to Anime Expo, I'll be sure to give you guys all the updates on any DanMachi related news that's announced over there. And also, a friend of mine, Zero, who likes to hang in my Discord as well as Technia's Discord, he will be attending Anime Expo, and he'll be able to give us a lot of the news. So I'll leave a link to his Twitter. He said he'll be trying to stream some of the stuff that's happening there. He'll probably be posting on Twitter constantly during Anime Expo, anytime DanMachi stuff is going on. So that should be really exciting to see. So shout out to Zero. Keep an eye out for what he's doing on Twitter, because man, I wish I could be in your position right now, Zero. I really, really do. And like I said, that's a lot of DanMachi stuff to go over, so I'll just give a general overview of the schedule for DanMachi as we go into the future. First of all, of course, DanMachi Fest 2019 will be happening on June 16th. That's the local event in Japan, where they'll be announcing more stuff for Season 2, as well as the second anniversary of DanMachi, the DanMachi mobile game. And of course, the second anniversary event will start that Wednesday on the 19th. So that's also very exciting. I actually think it's the 18th for us when we convert to our time. So be very excited for that. And then on June 18th, Sword Oratorio Volume 9 will release. And as I said before, it's about Ai's past, and I'm very excited to read that volume. I'm actually going to be able to get that volume a little bit early, so we'll actually be able to give you guys a review of the novel potentially before it's even released. So that's very exciting for me. It's a really good opportunity for me to be able to review something before it's even out. And it's kind of a new feeling. It's really, really cool. But anyway, then on July 4th, of course, is the Anime Expo premiere of the DanMachi movie, Heir to Orion. Then July 5th is that Anime Expo DanMachi panel with Fujino Mori, and hosted by Sentai Filmworks. They'll give us more information on Season 2, as well as premiere the first episode of the second season. And then on July 12th should be the day that it actually premieres on streaming platforms and in Japan. And then on July 23rd is the wide release of the North American theatrical run of Heir to Orion. So that's the one I'll be able to see, and I'll be able to do my review on the movie then. I'm extremely jealous of those of you that are able to watch at Anime Expo. And then on July 31st is the Japanese physical release of the DanMachi movie Heir to Orion. And for those of you that don't have a theatrical release for this movie, because of the physical release of this movie, you'll be able to watch it by other means probably. So that should be exciting for you guys. And then on August 20th is the release, the English release of Volume 14 of DanMachi. And oh my lord, based on what happened in Volume 13, I can't wait. I can't wait to read this novel. It's twice as long, more than twice as long as Volume 13, and it's just going to be an amazing read. I know it's going to be my favorite volume as soon as I read it, and I'm just so excited to see it, because I'll show the cover art for it, but it just looking at it gets me super hyped, and I'm very excited for that. And man, if we ever get DanMachi animated to this point, it's going to be true greatness. True greatness. But anyway, lots of DanMachi stuff happening over the summer. It's a very exciting time to be a DanMachi fan, as I keep on saying. And as for my future plans on videos, of course, like I've been saying, a Familiar Record video will be out on Mikito sometime before Season 2. If you don't know about my Familiar Record series, it's basically a video series where I go over individual characters in DanMachi who I feel don't get enough attention, and I think need attention because of something specific happening. Like for Osfi, it was the Heir to Orion movie. For Naza, it's like I need to make something about Naza because a lot of her stuff was skipped in Season 1 of the anime, and she's going to be a more prominent character in Season 2. And it's the same thing for Mikito, the same case. She'll be a more prominent character in Season 2, so I want to make a video about her. And then regarding, I said before I was going to be doing light novel to anime comparisons, and I'm not sure how many of those videos I'll be able to do before Season 2 comes out, but I will get them done at some point. But as a quick fix for that, for you guys that are anime only, I'll be doing a video before Season 2 releases of like stuff you should know before Season 2, like stuff that was cut or skipped from the light novel to anime adaptation that I think would be good to know before watching Season 2. So I'll be releasing a video like that before that July 12th date. And as well as when DanMachi Season 2 starts airing, I'll be doing weekly episode reviews, and I'll be very sure not to like spoil anything I know that's going to be happening in the light novels. I won't be doing any spoiling, but I will be giving my impressions and seeing how JC staff is adapting the material. And I hope they do a good job, because they've had quite a bit of time to work on it, even though they have all these projects going on. And of course, when the wide theatrical release of Heir to Orion happens on July 23rd, I'll be doing a review shortly after that date on my impressions on the movie, and I can already tell it's going to be a very good movie. But that about wraps it up for this video. It's just a very exciting time to be a DanMachi fan this summer. I can't wait to see everything going on, from the light novel releases to the anime to the second anniversary of Danmemo. It's just super exciting. And DanMachi is just my life this summer, I guess. Anyway, guys, if you want to stay updated on all the DanMachi news, be sure to like this video and then subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing my best to giving you the news as soon as it pops up for DanMachi. And of course, if you want to keep up on what I'm doing, follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. And as always, continue enjoying your time venturing Orion in the dungeon. This is Lorne, your guild advisor, signing out. 差し込んだまっすぐな